So we're now watching the opening of the actual music video itself, and what I like about this is that originally you don't expect her limbs to start falling off and travelling away from her, so it's quite interesting that when this does happen to see people's reaction. And then it's worming away. I really like the way that all the soil moves and adds texture to the actual video. It's little shots like that one where you just saw the hand sort of stop and look around it, that you really get a sense that it's got its own life and that it's not just being manipulated. Here you see it travelling into the white. The white is supposed to represent a different sort of I guess universe really, and he's looking around here. He's supposed to be thinking about, oh, it's a bit lonely here, and because of that, that's why he goes back and starts to drag off the other one. It's interesting now because a relationship is created between the two arms, and we see them swirling around here, and that represents their friendship and how they are. It's not a bad thing that it's with it. And then it's taking the other one into the white. Here we see them touching each other, and I think that's quite a sweet little clip, that one, just because it gives a sense of them having a relationship with one another, and it starts to evoke emotional response within the audience. But then obviously you're now seeing it twist into itself, which gives a shock really to many of the audience. They don't expect that, what with them just having held hands. But then everything's back to normal, and then you see them travelling back again. You've got all the movement in the background. This one quite shocks people, and I like that little reaction just there where you see the two hands nod at one another, and you can clearly tell that they are able to think and to communicate with one another. Here we see the hand taking off taking off the leg, and then it's nodding again at the other one. And then as they carry it off, you see just here you see the actual model itself on its own for a shot, and that shows you really that it has sort of been massacred, and that all the arms and legs, the arm and one leg have both come off, and here we see him dragging the leg through. It's important to have these little clips where you see it being dragged through the forest, because then it tells the audience that it is actually taking it through to this white zone, and that it doesn't just appear in the white zone, and that just communicates that to the audience a little bit. And here they are now in the white zone. By having that little clip there where it drags the leg through, it gives a sense of a wider space in the white zone, and it makes it look more expansive. This bit's interesting here, where it's taking all the different parts of the clothing off. Although you do get quite a bit of mess when the skin came off, the skin colour came off with the legging and the actual slipper itself. I think that's quite a nice thing to have, and how it kind of mixes the two, because it is still plasticine and it does still connote that. You obviously see the hand throw that away there, and now this is the little monster being made. I think this really gives it character by doing this little section here, and by having the two together and dancing like this, you can really see a character and a relationship with the two. And here the arms are with the bare leg now, and you see him wrap around it. You really get a sense of vulnerability to the character here, because the way the arms approach the leg is almost like a predator getting its prey and creeping up on it. And in this you see it's kind of like a struggle between the two, how they roll off in that way. This here is supposed to be the product of that struggle. And it's quite a cute little character, and I really like this moment where his hands appear, because I think that really adds a much greater sense of the character, because he's shocked. You can clearly see it's shocked and it doesn't know. It's very cute, and people are able to relate with it. This particular clip right there, after the slipper and the legging have come and met up with him and are now wrapping around him. This is supposed to represent it screaming in a way, how you can just see the little mouth there, and that really adds a vulnerability to the actual character, and it evokes that emotional relationship with the viewer. And then we see it rolled off, and then we see it's alright now, everyone's happy, but then it twists into one another, and that shocks the audience again. The way these faces come out of the clay is very much inspired by Alison Shulnick, and I think it's quite a shock to an audience who might not know her, but it's a really effective way of using the clay and having it merged together. And by having them blink and little things like that, it adds a lot more character to the actual clay itself. And here we see it going backwards. I didn't want to take too long on it going backwards, and that's why there's this these sudden jerky movements here. I thought the jerkiness sort of made sense as well, because it makes it look more contorted and more disturbed perhaps. And here we see it smiling again and jerking once more, and then unrolling back to that, and it is basically the clip's gone backwards, but I think it's quite an effective way of doing it. I really like this moment here where you can see all the legs being sealed up and the foot's being sealed up. I think that's a really good way to use the actual technique to have something that goes from being sort of savaged and bring it back to being perfect again. And then you have another clip of it being carried back through. I like this here when you see the leg being done back up. I think that's quite nice to see that it's all coming back together and it's all being made better. And the arms connected, and the other one. And then the turn here with this music at the end. It really, it's just to give that sense of everything coming back to normal, and it's almost as though the girl's unaware, and you can get a sense that she is actually sleeping at this time, and it's to relate, the whole music video is to relate what happens when she takes the sleeping pills, and it's that sort of sense of a nightmarish world being created because she gave in and she took the sleeping pills, and that's connotes to the song really. And